Shop and Care Back a Fighter campaign for Easter seals is brought to you by the Arizona food industry. Look for this sign on products at your favorite grocer.
Tonight on Channel 12 News at 6, Barry Goldwater, longtime Republican conservative leader, has few kind words for impeached Governor Evan Mecham. That's as the former U.S. Senator goes to work for a recall election candidate.
Scottsdale police arrest 2 suspects wanted for crashing their car through the front of a Flagstaff Safeway.
And Phoenix police hit the busiest cocaine traffic spot in the city. I'm Janine LeCure. A live report is next.
This is Channel 12 News. With Kent Dana, Patty Kirkpatrick, Bill Austin's weather, and Bill Denny with sports.
Near 25th Street and Broadway, another drug bust at Keys Market, perhaps the single busiest drug dealing spot in the entire city. Police think now they're having an effect. Good evening. After making 84 undercover buys of rock cocaine at that corner in the past 2 weeks, Phoenix police moved in today to make arrests. Janine LeCure has the story. Janine?
Well, Patty, the pressure has been on in that area for almost 2 years now. Officers from the South Phoenix Police Station here, as well as narcotics downtown, have hit that 25th Street corner again and again. Today, they were out looking for mainly 6, what they call major drug dealers. They got 3. First reaction was to scatter. Police make their cases by going undercover, buying drugs, then coming back to find the sellers. This man, Troney Monroe, police say is one of the bigger dealers. He now faces 9 counts of selling rock cocaine to cops. Keys James Newton faces 7 charges. When police weren't looking, he took off.
Eastbound in the alley south.
Going eastbound in the alley south, prone.
They caught him. Police believe he is the same man who has already served prison time for shooting an officer some 12 years ago. That's what this corner is like. It consists of a market and a pool hall, apparently also used for gambling. And in the past year, 1 year, there have been 1,039 arrests, 233 for drugs, 2 for murder. Police have busted here so often, they think it's working.
There's not nearly as many people at this location as there used to be. A year or so ago, you could see as many as 400 to 500 individuals standing around this location. Now you may get as many as 100.
The woman who runs Keys Market didn't want to be on camera. She says she is just caught in the middle.
It's bad everywhere. It's bad across the street. It's bad in the houses around here. It's all throughout the neighborhood.
Do you feel like you're being picked on here?
Yes, I do.
Why?
Because I know we're all the same people that go from here and go to all the other spots. And I don't see them on the news, and their doors getting pushed in.
What do you think what they did here today? It was too much for...
Oh, yeah, for getting 3 people for some crumbs.
I see these are major dealers.
Well, no, they didn't get no major dealers.
The police also arrested 19-year-old Edward Day on numerous counts of sale of narcotics, as well as 2 other people, one for drugs that were dropped on the scene, another for an outstanding warrant. Now, drug sale cases police made against 31 other people will now be turned over to the county attorney. Police say they'll keep looking for them, too.
But again, police are calling this day a success.
Yeah, they really are. They say they, again, were looking mainly for 6 people. They found 3 of those. They're also pleased at the reduction they've seen over the last year in violent crime at that corner. Assaults down 26%. They're very happy with that.
Thank you, Janine.
Scottsdale police have a father and son in custody for a series of violent robberies, including a dramatic incident in Flagstaff. Suspects turned this Flagstaff store into a drive-in last week. 2 men drove their vehicle through the front door, then demanded cash. Both were armed with machine guns. Last Sunday, a Safeway store in Scottsdale was robbed. This time, the suspects walked in, but their descriptions matched those of the Flagstaff suspects. After a short struggle yesterday afternoon, 45-year-old Marvin Lane Usury and 24-year-old John Thomas Usury were taken in for questioning.
There's a series maybe maybe as many as 8 of them. Some of them match the MO of what they're calling crash and carry, and others are not.
Police searched the suspect's vehicle and Scottsdale hotel room this afternoon, but nothing was found. The 2 are also wanted for questioning concerning a string of robberies in Northern California. It's been almost 2.5 years since Mary Spear was found shot to death in her car. In that time, police have found few clues and are hoping tonight's silent witness will bring forward some witnesses.
Mary, this guy called for you 3 times. How odd. Thanks.
31-year-old Mary Spear was an interior decorating student in Phoenix. During the week of July 18, 1985, she had gotten several calls from a man named Jeff, who had a strong southern accent. She was anxious to start her first decorating job.
Hello?
Yeah, this is Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff, I got your messages.
Yeah, I heard some really good things about you, and I was just wondering if you could stop by and take a look at some home decorating I want done.
All right.
Mary drove to meet the man near 54th Street in Camelback. It was an unfamiliar area to her, dark and secluded. She was last seen following his tan Lincoln Continental.
I'm Sergeant Mike Hobel. A few minutes later, Mary Spear was found shot to death at 4600 North 56th Street, just 2 blocks from where she was last seen. She was still in her car. The engine was running and the headlights were on.
Mary Spear was more commonly known to her friends as Carolyn Spear. If you have any information on this crime or any other felony crime, call Silent Witness at 261-8600 or dial Witness. There is a cash reward offered, and police don't need your name, but they do need your help.
The state's acting governor, Rose Mofford, can run for governor without resigning her Secretary of State's job. That's according to Attorney General Bob Corbin today. Under Arizona's Resign to Run law, Mofford would have to resign her position as Secretary of State if she declared her candidacy for governor. But Corbin says a person may be nominated and run in a recall election without a formal declaration of candidacy. Mofford, of course, became acting governor when the House impeached Evan Mecham, and so far she's declined to say whether she'll seek the office. One man, though, who is running got a little boost today. Former Senator Barry Goldwater has become the honorary chairman of John Rhodes' campaign to replace Evan Mecham.
This is not going to be an easy race. Ev has great strength in certain parts of this valley that they're not just going to be pushed aside. They're going to stand up for him. And I think he's going to be a difficult man to beat, but we can do it. He's screwed up too much.
Goldwater says working to get Mecham out of office is something he has to do for Arizona.
Still to come on Channel 12 News, one airline prepares for a possible walkout by flight attendants.
And another, based here in Arizona, passes a milestone in its expansion plans. But is America West growing too fast? For America West Airlines, it's the best of times and the worst of times. The airline dedicated a new 680,000 square foot hangar today. The technical support facility will allow the airline to do its own aircraft maintenance. It will house pilot training classes and 2 flight simulators. But its opening comes on the heels of a year of record losses. Dave Marquis reports.
The new hangar complex cost $42 million. Last year, America West lost $45 million. In 1987, the airline doubled its size, moving aggressively against major carriers to eastern markets like Chicago, New York, and Baltimore. The move coincided with one of the worst years in recent airline history.
The change in the industry was a massive consolidation that took place in 1986 and 87 with the disappearance of 15 major airlines. That massive consolidation was not foreseen, nor should it have been approved.
The carrier is scaling back its service by 10% and expects to turn a profit by this year's third quarter. In better days, the upstart airline stunned the industry by using low fares combined with quality service to build the nation's 10th largest carrier, and no one is counting them out.
The airplanes you see here today are part of the most modern fleet in this industry. We have excellent morale in our company. The workings between management and non-management is probably the most effective and most envied in the industry.
In spite of 2 tough years, America West still has the reputation of being a well-run airline, but an airline that has yet to prove it can compete head-to-head against other major carriers in the big leagues of transcontinental travel. At Sky Harbor Airport, Dave Marquis, Channel 12 News.
6,500 flight attendants for Northwest Airlines say they're ready to strike at midnight Friday. The airline says it's ready too. If the walkout occurs, Northwest says it'll keep its planes in the air with 2,000 management workers who qualify as flight attendants. Investors pulled Wall Street back from earlier profit-taking today. The Dow Jones Industrial Average lost a little more than 1 point, closing at 2,039.12.
Still ahead on Channel 12 News, some clouds headed our way. Bill Austin has the forecast.
And what's the secret for living more than 100 years? A Phoenix 101-year-old explains. Her story coming up.
Bill Austin here now with details of a change headed our way.
Just a bit of a change. There'll be a change in the weather. No, that's... Just shut up and get on with it, Austin. 75 degrees. That little song I kind of like that song. Mostly cloudy skies outside, mid to high level clouds around the valley. Humidity at 14%, winds out of the east at 5, the dew point 22 degrees, the barometer 30.02 and falling. This afternoon, 78, that's above normal for this time of the year. 50, the morning low, and that was way above normal for this time of the year. And why am I so tiny in all of this? Ozone is in the, feel like I shrank or something. Ozone, particulates, and carbon monoxide all in the moderate range. Move on to the satellite for you, Satellite photos show you what's going on. Mid to high level clouds beginning to make their way into sections of Arizona. We're keeping an eye on this moisture down to the south, but more on that in just a second. Around the state today, 75 degrees on the floor of the canyon, 57 degrees at the south rim, 56 degrees at Flagstaff for the afternoon. High Hannigan Meadow, 49. A nice 72 at Safford, 78 down at the Old Pueblo, 78 at the airport, 73 up at Carefree, 82 at Yuma, and 82 degrees at Blythe. At Canyon de Chelly, 60 degrees this afternoon. Now then, back to that western shot. The jet stream is way, way up to the north. But there's a little branch beginning to develop to the south of this. This will help to push this elongated frontal system and storm system into sections of Arizona. We'll keep our eye on this moisture because this would feed the storm, and that would give us a better potential for showers. Right now, it looks as though that moisture should hug to the south of Arizona, and then as this catalyst comes through and hits that moisture, we would see a possibility of a shower, possibly a sprinkle around the valley on Thursday, and then partly cloudy on Friday, and then Saturday, increasing clouds, maybe another chance of some showers here in southern Arizona on Sunday is what I'm trying to say. Maybe even some mountain snows on Sunday could be taking place. As far as weather across the rest of the country went, great weather. Big ridge of high pressure across the central United States providing nice clear skies, above normal temperatures all across the southwestern part of the country. Temperatures in the north central plains, though, well below normal. 17 for the high today at Green Bay, Wisconsin, 18 the morning low, or excuse me, 18 the afternoon high at Minneapolis, St. Paul, 17 degrees at Fargo, 32 at Detroit, 50 in New York City, 60 and 70 degree temperatures prevailing across the southeastern part of the country. And with all of that warm air in the south, that's making way for a lot of scattered showers. No heavy rainfall amounts out of this, but as that cooler air is spilling in, anywhere from 2 to 6 inches of snow on the lee sides of the Great Lakes and through northern sections of Ohio, back all the way to Buffalo. Now in Buffalo today, or actually from yesterday, the temperatures were warm enough there to begin to break up the ice on the rivers, so flash flood watches are in effect for all the mouths of the streams around the Buffalo area because of that ice jam creating some problems there. Snow showers beginning to die down and through far northern sections of Wisconsin and the upper peninsula of Michigan, while the eastern United States has a problem with some of the winds, 20 to 30 mile per hour winds whipping the New England coast, gale warnings up and through that part of the country. But as we mentioned, in most of the United States, nice clear weather thanks to the big ridge of high pressure and another good day of weather for us. Forecast for the valley for the rest of tonight, high clouds right through tomorrow, overnight low 49 degrees, tomorrow high of 78 and overnight low of 51 degrees. Now Thursday is the day it looks like we can have some scattered sprinkles, maybe a shower here in the valley, 75 for the high, 48 the overnight low. Friday, a partly cloudy day, 76 and 49. And then Saturday and Sunday, increasing clouds and considerably cooler by Sunday, a high no better than 69 degrees. And it looks like Sunday we could see some more showers scattered around the valley.
It'd be nice to have some rain.
It has been a while.
Yeah. We'll bring that up next time we sit around and talk shop.
Oh, okay.
Still ahead on Channel 12 News. Baseball's busiest team this past offseason is ready to make its run back to the top. Sports with Steve Passetti is next.
Spring training almost upon us, but some of the better baseball is on the collegiate level.
Sun Devils already well beyond spring training, going for their 19th win of the season. They're playing small college power. Lubbock Christian at Packard Stadium today. Second inning, game is tied at 2. John Finn, the little guy, rips it to the wall. Will he get the homer? Well, they'll have to settle for a triple. Goes off the fence. Martin Peralta and Anthony Manahan score. So Finn puts the Devils up 4-2. They never look back. Kevin Higgins now goes the opposite way over the third baseman's head in the left. Finn scores 5-2. The Devils win this one 9-5. David Cassidy with the win. Devils now 19-2. Baseball's defending world champs, the Minnesota Twins, are going to have a pretty tough time even defending their American League West title this season because the Oakland A's are making a run at the Twins. They picked up Don Baylor, Dave Parker, but the biggest acquisition for the A's may have come in the pitching staff. Mark Lewis has that story.
Oakland A's skipper Tony La Russa and his general manager Sandy Alderson have done quite a job over the winter making the A's legitimate contenders for the American League Western Division pennant. Alderson swung a deal with the Dodgers, bringing Bob Welch into the fold, a proven right-handed starter who, along with 20-game winner Dave Stewart, should provide the A's with some much-needed stability on the mound.
We have a hell of an opportunity, and the thing we need to do now is start to put together the pieces, and when we leave spring training, play well as a unit. I know that I'm just a part of our pitching staff, and we have 10 guys, and you have to pitch well throughout the course of the season as a staff for your team to do well. And I expect that from our staff, and I expect that from myself, and I'm here to work hard and do everything I possibly can to help us win the Western Division.
I'm looking forward to this year. I'm real excited about what's going to happen this year, and when I say what's going to happen, that's because I believe that we're going to be the top team in the West, and we're going to be able to compete in postseason play.
So not only is the A's pitching staff very strong indeed, but with hitters like Dave Parker and Don Baylor joining an already potent attack that features Mark McGwire and Jose Canseco, the Oakland A's have to be considered frontrunners for the American League Western Division pennant. Mark Lewis, Channel 12 Sports in Scottsdale.
Up in the cold and snow in Calgary, the Flying Finn, Matty Nukkinen, won his second gold medal of the Olympics. They finally got that 90-meter ski jump in at Calgary. He won the 90 meters today. East Germany's Frank Peter Reuch also winning his second gold medal. He's the biathlete. He won in the biathlon today. Now, 2 is the entire U.S. gold medal total. One of the 2 medals came last night in speed skating, and after all the heartbreak and controversy in that sport, the gold was very welcome. Came compliments of Bonnie Blair. She went out in the 500 meters, knowing that East Germany's Christa Rothenberger had just set a record at 39.12 seconds, so Blair skates out very fast, crossed the line in 39.10, a new record by 0.02 of a second, but it went by so fast she barely remembers the biggest moment of her life.
It's kind of hard for me to remember everything that happened, but I do remember going across the 100-meter line, and the crowd just went nuts. The rest of the race seemed to just go almost perfectly.
Suns racked up loss number 35 of the season last night, 114-107 in Dallas. The Suns, another pretty good effort early on for the Suns. They just couldn't put 48 minutes together again. Early going Suns, Alvin Adams, nice pass over there to Jay Humphries underneath for 2. Jay had 15 last night. Then they reverse it. Humphries off to AA, Alvin Adams, who goes off the glass for 2 right there. He's open, 12 points for AA, but again, late going, tough for the Suns. Third quarter, they fall apart, thanks in part to Roy Tarpley. One of those nights, 23 rebounds, one of them here, and he gets 2 of his 27 points off the board. The Suns, out of luck. Again, they lose it by 7. They're home Thursday night. Suns could use a night like the one Bradley's Hersey Hawkins had last night. He hit 21 shots from the floor, 3 three-pointers, 18 free throws. Get out the calculators. That adds up to 63 points. The 11th best scoring night ever for a college player. Hawkins of the Bradley Braves breaks the Missouri Valley Conference scoring record held by another pretty good basketball player, the Big O, Oscar Robertson. He helped the 18th-ranked Bradley Braves 122-107 over Detroit. And remember Orlando Woolridge, the star, one of the stars in the New York Nets, who said he had missed the game because he had car trouble last Friday night. Bigger trouble than that, drugs. He's in a rehab center now. He'll be there the rest of the season.
All right, thanks, Steve.
Still ahead on Channel 12 News, the story of one Arizona woman celebrating the start of a new century.
Coming up at 10 o'clock on Channel 12 News tonight, we'll have a live report on primary and caucus nights in Minnesota and South Dakota. A make-or-break evening for some presidential candidates. And would most women dump their husbands if it came to a choice between mates or friends? One recent poll says they would. We'll have a local sample. That's on Channel 12 News tonight at 10 o'clock.
And finally, it could have been a 5-alarm fire on the city's south side today, but luckily there were plenty of firefighters around. The hazard was a birthday cake, brightly burning with candles, 101 of them. Lindsay Shepard explains.
Mimi Gibson's secret to staying young is experiencing as many new things in her life as possible. So for her 101st birthday, she decided to visit a fire station. She even dressed in fire engine red for the occasion and donned a helmet just like one of the guys.
I should think you'd drop dead with all this weight on your head.
Mimi's legs may move a little slower than they used to, but her mind and wit are as quick as ever. She is astonished to find herself crossing the century mark.
I absolutely don't know how I got that way. It's very hard to believe. I have to
Do you feel like you're 101?
Only when I get up in the morning.
Mimi is an inspiration, amazing even the firefighters who carefully put all 101 candles on her cake.
Hey, don't worry, gang. We got a burn permit from fire prevention, so it's legal.
And because Mimi is known for her sense of humor, this cake held a little surprise. Last year, she blew out 100 candles with one breath. This year, no such luck, thanks to some trick candles.
Blow some more.
She's not one to give advice, but when pressed, will tell you the most important things she's learned in 101 years.
Oh, just to love everybody, even if they're stinkers.
Lynn Sue Shepherd, Channel 12 News.
Very good advice.
Happy birthday.
You bet.
That's the news. We'll see you tonight at 10 o'clock.
Have a good evening.